Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you here. And today I would like to share our journey from flaky screenshot to stable UI confidence. I'm Anastasia Khabarova, and I'm quality assurance engineer at Qase.io. I focus on test automation and quality strategy, and also I care about stable UI and good UX. And today I would share different topics, our main problem and what end-to-end test can catch. First, try to stable our UI confidence full page screenshot testing, our second iteration component test, how we choose our final approach component visual testing, how we implemented it into CI/CD and quality gates, how to write useful tests, best practices, our results, and takeaways. So let's go to the first problem. We implemented E2E test by using Playwright for checking application works, but we faced with the problem that E2E test can catch UI regressions. Who works with Playwright or end-to-end test now that Playwright and end-to-end test works only with DOM without any UI checks. And it was critical for us because we faced with a huge problem on our production. Here you can see example, we lost background for the drop-down item, and it was urgent for us. And here you can see some another example. And we started to research ways how to prevent such bugs, and we found full page screenshot testing. It was easy for us to implement because I have already mentioned that we use Playwright for checking our functional, and it allows to cover the whole page visually. What?
No, I'm not sure. What you're not seeing what? Sorry. The screenshot. Oh, this screen. I'm not sure. Sergey, do you know if the screen can be moved up?
Okay.
The whole screen, the whole big one. Sergey is from JetBrains, okay.
I hope it would be not like with the
Table. Let's just lift it, right? Let's just carry it.
There's another lead.
Yes, it should be.
Yes, it should be. Let's try it.
Oops, something went wrong.
No?
Okay.
Something.
No, I guess it's going to be from here. No, I think we shouldn't. I think we should not play with it right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
How many engineers we need to put?
Exactly.
Not enough, obviously. Yeah, requirements were not set well before the talk.
So, okay, everything is okay? Yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you. Okay.
Not reproducible.
So let's continue. We started to research how to prevent such bugs, and we found full page screenshot testing. It was easier for us because I mentioned that we use Playwright for our own testing, and it allows cover the whole page visually. But these tests are really flaky, and we catch inconsistencies between browsers and operation system, and we decided to avoid this approach. And you can see here what's wrong.
Just show it. Show it, it's fun.
Okay, so yeah. So here you can see difference. I took baseline screenshot in my local machine, and we launch screenshot test into CI/CD. We use for that Chromium browser and AWS system, but we've got inconsistencies. Here you can see red square, and it is different, but search input works correctly, and we now have to resolve this issue. And our second iteration, it is component test. My colleague, after some times, implemented component testing. Component testing, it is, component testing, it is a type of testing that allows to render only one component and check how it works. This test for us fast, stable, and scalable, but we don't have a full context. It doesn't test integration between components, and for us, it is not visual testing. I can explain an example. If you want to test a button by using component test, of course, you can check that button has different states, like disable, button can be clickable, but you can check some UI things like color of them, like color, size, and another UI things. But we decided to keep it for component testing. And our final solution, we decided to combine two methods. Screenshot testing and component testing, and we have found component visual testing process. Component visual testing allows to isolate your component, take screenshot, baseline screenshot, make an actual screenshot, and find difference between them, and compare them and find difference. Why it works for us? These tests are stable and focused, and we have a high visual confidence. And we have a snapshot comparison, yeah, of course. How we implement it? We started to research different tools, and it was a surprise for us that Playwright support component visual testing. I set it up pilot version on my local machine by using Playwright official docs, and I wrote first test. And after that, I shared it to my front-end colleague. We started to research some cons and pros and decided that it's okay for us, and right now we are using it. And how we implement it into CI/CD. We dedicated a separate job into GitHub that triggers for each pull request, and we receive snapshot results into Qase. And here you can see job into GitHub. And here you can see how we receive result into Qase. For me, it's quite visually. And here, expected result and the same baseline. This is actual result and diff between them. And also you can see really convenient start trace that shows what's happened, where happened, and why happened. And how to write test. Oh, I forgot to mention that Qase, it is a test management system, and we use Qase to test Qase. And for us, it's a really convenient result. So,
Yeah,
so I have a question about your approach, right? Like, you first tried to test visually the whole system, which is integrated, from what I understand, and that failed. And then you did it at a component level. Is that my understanding correct?
Yes, sure. You understand correctly. I suggested that you can test by using a snapshot method for the isolated component, not for a whole page.
Yeah, but if you, most of these visual bugs, they happen because of interaction of many UI components with each other, right? So if you test the individual components and they are rendering fine.
I guess it's somewhat similar to unit tests and end-to-end tests.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Like these are unit level UI tests of some sort.
These are unit level UI tests.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But you have like an integration. I mean, maybe you'll cover it later. Got it.
Yep. So I want to suggest, have in my opinion, writing test more efficiently. For me, it is important to focus on components that are visually sensitive. For example, for us, it is, for example, button, because we use it quite often, almost for each page on important pages like login, billing page, and etc. And focus on components that has a complex layout, like calendar, because it contains a lot of small pieces, and for me it's quite important to keep it clearly. And components that often change, for us it is different inputs, different selects, and other things. And also we have agreements that test writing by QA engineers and front-end engineers. Usually QA engineers covers components that has been already existed, and front-end team writing test for the new components during code writing. It allows us to reduce our backlog for coverage. Here you can see example of test. It is really test in our for our application. Here I check default input with a dark theme. It's our wrapper. So, and you can see the test, it's quite short and small. It's so tiny for me. And for checking input, need to use only 3 functions like set viewport size that allows to render only one component in isolation area. Function mount allows to render component with a render component input with a label, placeholder, and into team doc. And to have screenshot on line 166 allows to compare baseline screenshot and actual screenshot and find difference between them. For me, it's really convenient. And you can write a lot of tests, and you can speed up your process if you use, for example, Cursor and another AI tools. So, so pixel. You can see a result of this test. I receive baseline screenshot. You can see only input with a label and placeholder in dark theme. So, speak about best practices. For me, important, don't test everything, need to prioritize your components, and also for me important to review your snapshot and test with the devs team. Our dev front-end team tend to suggest a lot of improvements and have to do something better and more useful. And also for me, it requires to work with the thresholds. Threshold, it is a Playwright function that allows to reduce noise between baseline screenshot and actual screenshot. Also, it is between 1 and 5%, but you can set up a threshold for each component. And I know that Playwright allows to do it. And I prepared comparisons table. I choose parameters speed of writing, test stability, and CI/CD execution speed. For me, E2E test, of course, it is good, but I catch a lot of problems with them. And for me, screenshot tests are so slowly. They are often flaky, and it's quite difficult to execute, and for me it's a very long process because for checking screenshot you have to launch browser, take screenshot, compare with baseline, find difference, and send result. Component test very fast, very stable, but it is not visual testing. And component visual test, for me, it is medium between first type of testing and second, and it is balance, but I want to say that it is quite important to work with the thresholds and set up it correctly. So, what about result? By using visual component tests, we gained a lot of pros for us. We have a high confidence in our UI quality. We reduce UI bugs in our production, and for me, we catch around 30 bugs in production before we will release some, or not production, sorry, we catch before releasing it here. And for me, one more important thing, so we have a strong collaboration between QA and devs team. And right now, we are using a lot of type of testing. Unit test for the backend side and frontend side, component test, visual, and it will test together. In conclusion, I would like to express my appreciations to my colleague that helps me with them. Andrei Vaganov, front-end engineer, he reviewed solution, shape test architecture. Andrei Petrosyan, our DevOps engineer, he integrated solution into CI/CD. And Dmitry Grinin helped us connect visual test with a case for tracking and visibility. Thank you for your attention. Please join into my LinkedIn. And also you can see second QR code that links with Google Drive, where you can find this presentation and another useful materials. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to answer your question during the break. Yeah, thank you.